here with Jeremy Treat, and he is a pastor and he's a professor at Biola. And we're talking about sports and theology. We are a couple of has-been college athletes. Jeremy played basketball at Biola. I played soccer at Georgia Southern University. So we've got West Coast, East Coast, different sports. And when we think about, we're talking about theology and sports, and when you think about that, I've read some stuff on it, and sometimes it's just this kind of fluff, and there's really not much there, but people know that sports are popular, and so they want to make it somehow appealing to Christianity. And I've talked to Jeremy about this, and he's got this robust theology, and he's thinking through sports, and I found it really helpful. Tell us a little bit about sports and theology, how you approach these two subjects.
Yeah, so in my mind, there's kind of two polar extremes in the way people think about sports. For some, sports, it's just a game, right? Professional sports is 22-year-olds throwing a ball around, right? It's just a game, but there's no real substance to it. But for other people, sports it's a near God. It's worship and devotion and all these things. And so I try and show people that sports is more than a game, but it's less than a God. And when I think through the lens of the gospel, we can see sports for what they are. They're a gift. So Scripture gives us categories for this with creation, and that God created us to play. We're designed for things like sports and games. And so I think sports are a part of God's good created order. It's more than a game, but it's not a God. And when we look to sports for identity, meaning, salvation, all those kind of things, then we're let down. That's where sports is really an idol. So I think when we understand sports, we have to avoid those errors and say, okay, what does Scripture say about it, and how does that affect the way not only we think about sports, the way we play sports, coach sports, watch sports. Our theology plays out practically in that area.
Yeah, I'm still trying to convince my wife that it's more than just a game.
Right.
I think she's trying to convince me that it's less than a God, and so we need to meet in the middle here. And but we're gonna come back in the next segment. Jeremy's gonna talk to us about practically how does a theology of sports, or how does theology affect how you should play sports, how you should interact as an athlete. So tune in on the next one.